What's going on YouTube? We are back with another video. Today we're gonna be reacting to another food video. Y'all be sure to lock in, hold your appetites, because this one might not be good. I'm not sure what to expect, bro. This video is called Trying My Subscriber Family Recipes. Could be good, could be bad, could be mid. Let's see what we got here. If you guys like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop your favorite recipe, and let's get right into it. Let's go.
For us to explore home cooking from all over the world, let's jump straight into it. Our first recipe is called pogacha.
Dough, sugar, fresh yeast, neutral oil. What the world is neutral oil? Thought neutral was a position in a car. Neutral is a position on a car. Regular flour, half an egg size. I'm already...
Pogacha, sent to us by Esser. It's a baked, leavened, cheese-filled bread from the Balkan area. Starting with 11 grams of fresh yeast. I'm using dry yeast, so you can use fresh yeast from your shoes. 10 grams of sugar.
Fresh yeast for my what?
Fresh yeast. I'm using dry yeast, so you can use fresh yeast from your shoes. 10.
Did he say fresh yeast from my shoes? Or can I just, am I just not hearing this right?
With 11 grams of fresh yeast. I'm using dry yeast, so you can use fresh yeast from your shoes. 10 grams of sugar, half a tablespoon of salt, and 50 grams of flour. Mix them together with 250 milliliters of milk that I got all by myself, and 50 grams of oil. I just realized the metric system is kind of easy to use. After we mix it together with a ligma fork, we'll cover and rest for 15 for the yeast to bloom. Our next step is the filling. Esser uses goat cheese and gouda, but I'm gonna use my never-ending raclette. This wheel is less stinky than the French one, but smells more similar to feet, which turns me on.
Woo!
Add in...
Alright. Hey, let's cut the whole, his jokes. I'm not with my guy's jokes, you feel me? I don't really know what he's trying to get at here, but the jokes gotta quit, bro. The jokes gotta quit.
470 grams of flour and knead for 10 minutes with a KitchenAid. I'm starting to suspect that Esser doesn't watch my videos. But anyways, as always, we'll mix it together with a ligma fork and then knead it with our organic stand mixer for 10 minutes. Once it comes together, we'll cover it with plastic wrap and let it rest for another 2 hours. Now comes the exciting part. We'll pinch off a couple pieces, flatten it down, and fill it with the never-ending raclette. And close it just by pulling and pinching the dough while pushing the cheese inside.
Wait, this low-key looks fire. Wait, this low-key looks fire. This low-key looks fire. I'm not gonna lie. Got a little dough with some cheese in it? Like a little cheese ball? Pinch a loaf? Yeah, I don't know what he was getting at there.
And since Esser didn't specify the shape, I'm just gonna assume it's a ball. Once the patties are sealed up, we'll put it on a sheet pan with parchment paper. Again, cover it and rest it for 30 minutes. Last step, brush it on with egg wash. And just as a decoration, we'll grate some Parmesan on top. Into the oven at 350.
I'm not gonna lie. That looks promising. That looks mad promising. I'm gonna download 5M bet.
50 for 25 minutes, or till the top is golden brown. Seems like 2 of them became lactose intolerant in the oven. We'll let them cool down a little bit and taste the pretty one. And I really like how the
okay, we got a little hydrate too. We got a little hydrate, Whew. That's good because that marathon, I'm gonna need that water. This looks fire. We're watching a little reaction video called Trying My Subscribers Family Recipes, and I'm not gonna lie. The first recipe looks promising, bro.
Parmesan on top got browned and baked into the bread. I wonder if Esser will approve this. So I sent a picture back and he responded with further instructions that he never gave me. Apparently my temperature's too low and it's supposed to be sesame seeds on top. I also need to mix black cumin seeds into the dough.
Okay, so what's up, Dirt Bike? If you're gonna have this intricate recipe, include every part into the recipe. You can't send to somebody and then half-ass give them a recipe, bro. That's cooked. No pun intended. What up, meatball? What up, dog? Yo, you can't have a halfway recipe, bro.
Why didn't you tell me?
Thank you.
I'm glad I got everything now, so next time I make it, I'll get it right. I did try my best here, and Esser said it looks really good. So let's hope we can get a proper cheese pull.
That knife was chopped.
I'm starting to think that the day will never come. Let's give this pogacha a taste and rate it 1 through 10.
What's that sound I'm hearing in the background?
The flavors are very balanced and subtle. Soft bread with a cheesy filling. I don't think it's supposed to be a main dish, but it's perfect for a side dish, to eat it with some lamb or something.
Okay, W.
8.7 out of 10.
That's a W. That's a W.
Thank
I'll
you,
take that
Esther.
one. We'll take that one. I'm not about this one already. I'm already not about this one.
Our next recipe is from Mrs. Flower Pot. Does that mean she smokes weed? It's a traditional German potato salad that's usually served on the 24th of December. She said it's paired with Wiener sausage, but doesn't Wiener mean sausage? So we heated 1 kg of potatoes in salted cold water, now chopping 75 grams of cornichons. I'm also boiling some eggs off camera. So step 1 is boiling potatoes and step 2 is cooling them down. And that's all the instructions she gave me. You know, I thought the stereotype for Germans is that they're thorough with things. If we only have one instruction, we're gonna follow it perfectly.
Producing music's
All we
low-key
need to
fire,
do
bro.
is
If you
to
can produce
not
music,
turn
you're
it
low-key
into
a
mashed
G.
potatoes.
Wait, did he get that little piece off, bro?
Finally, half
use
a cup
Discord?
of
Okay, bet, that's all good, bro.
UP mayo. Mix everything with the Ligma fork, just like how Grandma does it, and let's send it to Mrs. Flower Pot to see if she approves.
I'm not about this one, chat. I can't lie, I'm not about this one. This one looks kind of gross.
Ligma fork, just like how Grandma does it, and let's send it to Mrs. Flower Pot to see if she
Check
approves.
YouTube if you want.
Oh, she hearted it, so that's a good sign. Then she
Pretty
told
Girl's
me the
one of my latest
important
ones. Bet,
information
bro.
that she couldn't send the rest of the
Wait, that'd be
recipe
fire if I
because my
rated people's
DMs
music.
is limited.
That would be
so the
hard.
problem is me. She said it doesn't look
Pretty hard in the
radioactive
Netherlands.
and she would eat it.
I'll
She
check
might
it out,
change her
bro. I'll
mind
check it
after
out.
see the process of making it. So let's give it a taste and rate 1 through 10. It's so simple, it only has like 3 ingredients, but it's so good. The acidity from the pickles and the fattiness of the mayo is perfectly combined by the potatoes, and the eggs add a satisfying element to it.
I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that a segment for next stream.
I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. Just like me, it's calling for a
Rating viewers'
sausage. But it's
music?
okay,
That'd be
though. We're
hard.
moving on to some balls. As you guys know, I'm appreciative of meatballs from all cultures. Hazem sent us his grandma's Egyptian kebab recipe, but not the kebab we're thinking about. To be honest, I'm a little concerned by the amount of vegetables listed on here, but we gotta make it before we judge it. Here we have half a bell pepper, half an onion, dill, parsley, and garlic.
Egyptian meatballs? Is that what they said? Egyptian meatballs? I'm worried, bro. This one, some of these are not as bad, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss on that potato salad. I'm out on that potato salad, gang.
Garlic. Cut everything in a food processor and blend them into a paste. Now we'll mix the vegetable paste with radioactive everything together. I don't have that, so I'm using breadcrumbs. Carbs is carbs. This time it's definitely not my fault that the meat is green. Now to cook them,
Hold on. Let's rewind. Rewind. He said the meat is green? This looks disgusting.
breadcrumbs. Carbs is carbs. This time it's definitely not my fault that
Oh no. No, 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 no. Meat's supposed to be a certain color, bro. Meat is supposed to be a certain color. You know what I mean? Something that's green. Not unless it's like a Granny Smith apple. But this meat, no.
the meat is green. Now to cook them, I'm using my evil non-stick but actually sticks pan. It failed me so many times, so I'm using a lot of oil. We'll sear it first to
You
give
made me
it some
throw up
color.
on
in
me,
about 3
bro, on
minutes,
me.
Turning it every minute or so. Now when the pan gets really ugly, we'll pour in the tomato puree.
Dog, what are these people got him cooking, bro? This is disgusting.
Gonna act like my sister when I criticize her. We'll just scrape around with a wooden spoon to get the fond off. Leave it
Green
to
meat
simmer
is
for 20 minutes.
nefarious. The balls are a bit too big. But other than that, amazing. Sheesh.
Hazem think it looks amazing, but the balls are too big. Well, that's never a problem for me. And as I'm instructed, no bread or rice, just straight up balls.
Y'all munching on that? Y'all munching on that? I'm not about it. Straight up. I'm very picky when it comes to food, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very picky when it comes to food. I'm not munching on that, bro. That looks like it might make my stomach start burbling.
Not all the meatballs I've experienced in my life, never quite like this. Usually meatballs
Munch
are
it
very
down,
dense
bro.
and
He
meaty,
munching
but this is
down on
surprisingly
it.
vegetal and light. My only complaint would be the crumbly texture, but that's just because I used breadcrumbs instead of rice. I'll definitely make it again with the right ingredients, but my execution today will be a 7 out of 10. I'm really intrigued by this recipe because it looks super complicated. You'll see in a sec.
Chicken roll. Okay, so we got that chicken roll.
I'm really intrigued.
Garlic, apple, onion, carrot. Okay.
Intrigued by this recipe because it
Whatever,
looks super
bro.
complicated. You'll see in a
Whatever.
sec. From Camilla's grandma, it's called chicken roll. Has 14 ingredients, so you already know I'm gonna substitute a lot.
Okay, we was
Chicken
missing
breast,
some, we was
ground
missing some, we
beef,
was
ground
missing some.
pork, bacon, and ham. Definitely no vegan in this family. So besides these vegetables, I'm also using some radioactive chicken breast off.
Why did that, bro? I don't know if I can keep reacting to this dude, bro. This
In this family.
dude's
So
meat.
besides these vegetables, I'm also
Pause.
using some radioactive chicken breast,
Why did the chicken look like that?
off-colored ground beef, and off-colored bacon. It was this dark when I bought it.
I thought the carrots were glizzies at first. I'm not gonna lie. At first glance, I did too.
In a medium saucepan, we'll saute some finely diced onions and carrots. Once they develop some color, we'll add in half an apple and 4 cloves of garlic. In the recipe, she keeps talking about an ingredient called MSG liquid. I don't know what that is, so I'm just gonna use regular MSG.
Wait, what is MSG? Am I tweaking? What is MSG? I thought MSG was like salt. MSG is just salt, I thought. Wait, should we Google that? I feel like it's worth a Google. Stands for monosodium glutamate, which is a food additive used as a flavor enhancer that provides a savory taste, often described as umami. It's addictive like soy sauce. Is MSG healthy? Generally recognized as safe? What does generally recognized as safe mean? It's generally recognized as safe? Okay, sure. Whatever, dog. No, MSG is not healthy. It's controversial. Wow.
Now we'll add the ground beef and continuously poke it a lot so they separate. Season with pepper, onion powder, and paprika. Maybe chill on the salt since we added too much MSG. When everything's pretty much caramelized, we'll deglaze with a little bit of red wine. It's gonna add a fruity acidity to it. When the wine's reduced, we're pretty much done. You want it to be not liquidy, but also not dry either. We'll
is
set
not
it
healthy,
aside for
sadly,
now
but
because we
doesn't
got
mean I'm
more
not gonna
meat
eat it.
coming. We're
Facts.
taking one of the radioactive chicken breasts, we'll butterfly it down the middle so it's bigger and thinner. Make sure you keep the 2 sides even because we're wrapping stuff in it. Now
Bro, the
put
chicken breast
plastic wrap
doesn't
on
look
top
good, bro.
and beat the meat. You can beat it with whatever you're comfortable with, but I'm just gonna beat it with my fist like usual.
He didn't have to go there. He didn't have to go there. He did not have to go there. I'll beat it with my fist like usual. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Yeah, you're done. Hey, last video of his. Right here. Last video of his ever.
Now we're ready for the assembly process. First is to lay down plastic wrap on the kitchen counter. The outer layer is going to be bacon. Make sure you align them side by side. What I'm about to do is so weird, so I'm going to give you proof in case you guys accuse me of making stuff up. On top of the bacon, we'll lay down the chicken breast and a layer of ham and cheese, and scoop in a decent amount of the ground beef / apple mixture. If you look closely, the ground beef is steaming on top of the raw, cold chicken breast. I feel like I might get cancelled for this
Why
in
did he
10
say
years
it
by
like that?
vegetarians. Now it comes the part where it requires some burrito skill. We'll lift up the bottom of the plastic wrap while pinching in the filling and rolling at the same time. Squeeze down the middle to make sure they're even. Don't worry about the filling falling off the sides for now. We'll put it back in later. Once the shape is pretty much formed, we'll stuff back the filling and pinch down
didn't
2
roll that
sides to
good.
close the
He
wrap.
didn't
While
roll that good
holding
at
them
all.
tightly, we'll roll it back and forth to turn it into a cylinder. Well, Camilla didn't send me a picture, but I feel like this is more or less what it looks like.
Okay, so from an outside view, not knowing what's on the inside, that looks pretty. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that looks decent. That looks decent, but everything else.
Now the final step is just to wrap it in aluminum foil and make it look completely like a burrito. Look at this little baby. Like any wrapped meat, it's
Are we
too
certain
big
this
for
guy
the
knows
pot.
how to
Let it
cook?
steam for 45 minutes.
And beef
After
Wellington, that's what I
45
was thinking
minutes, I
of.
feel like it got even heavier. Now we'll unwrap our present and take the plastic off the meat. As usual, don't let any of the liquid in the plastic get on you, because it's kind of gross.
This nigga is disgusting. Oh! Oh, bro! Why does it look like that? Yo, that looks like somebody took some earwax and put it in a saran wrap. Y'all munching? I know one of y'all is munching on that.
You can just tell this is extremely juicy. It's everywhere. I'm surprised it held its shape so well. Let's check in with Camilla real quick. She didn't criticize me too much, so I assume I got it right. Let's cut into it. I'm so excited to see what the middle looks like.
Time to turn this video off. Oh, facts. I'm cooked.
I think it actually looks really good. I've never seen anything cooked like
He
this
said he thinks it
before.
looks good?
Closest being beef Wellington, but I feel like the nature of two dishes are completely different. So here it is, the middle section of the chicken roll. It kind of gives off the vibe of fine dining / prison food, but I'm just overall impressed at how well it's holding its shape. Now let's get some of that juice
It was holding its shape? Yeah, it literally fell apart when he said that.
on there, give it a taste, and rate it 1 to 10. This is so unnecessary.
He's lying, bro. He is lying to us right now. He is dead lying to us. There's no way he thinks that's good. There's no way he thinks that's good. Middle looks normal. Bro, first need to throw up and then not eat it. On me, Phil. On me, Phil.
Necessarily good. Such a good balance between the fattiness of the bacon and the lean protein from the chicken breast. And the ground beef in the middle is explosively flavorful. Onions is a little caramelized, aromatics from the herbs and the spices. Most importantly, that sweetness from the apple really takes it to another level. And a hint of smokiness too, imposed by the bacon. The dish is definitely a solid 9.2. However, I'll never be making it again.
So was it really a 9.2? Bro, do people not make just like chicken anymore? Do people not just make chicken anymore? Do people not just have like regular home meals? Just maybe throw some beef stroganoff in there. This dude Sussy Baka, facts. Dude, like seriously, like do people not just make like beef stroganoff anymore? Like, you know, whatever happened to like lasagna? Come home, you know, I even take some crock pot meals over this. And that says a lot, bro. I'll take some crock pot meals over this. Gordon Ramsay would kick him out of the kitchen? Sure would. What does Gordon Ramsay say again? He says something like, this thing's still moving or something like that.
When I'm offered liver, I always eat it and enjoy it. In a pâté en croûte or like a mousse or something. But I just really don't like touching and cooking it because it looks kind of weird. The recipe calls for some chicken liver. It's kind of
Chicken liver? Bro. It's raw! Yes, bro. It's raw!
kind of jiggly, like a blood jelly. You wouldn't believe me, but it actually smells better than my radioactive chicken breast. Ryan's recipe also has a huge amount of bacon, which is always a good sign. So equal part bacon and chicken liver in a blender. I guess the process is pretty similar to a
Bacon
pate.
and liver?
People usually blend liver up
Idiot
with
sandwich?
something else before eating it.
Yes.
Nah, I don't know any, Phil. All mine are 18 plus. Yo, wait, chat. Oh yeah, I'll get a good look at this. Y'all get a good look at this? Y'all get a good look at this, okay? Because I'm finna put y'all on something. This is exactly what this looks like, bro. This looks like... Look, one more time. Tainted patty, bro. Tainted patty. This is disgusting. That's enough Twitch for today. Yeah. Hey, chat, I'm not gonna lie. I hope you guys I hope you guys liked the video, but I don't know about this guy video no more.
We just want to keep cooking and stirring it until everything changes color. Maybe I should have put less oil because the bacon is releasing a lot of fat. Once everything's pretty much cooked, we'll season it with 1 squeeze of ketchup and a few dashes of your sister's sauce.
It's disgusting, bro. Bacon looks
Now
expired.
some cracker crumbs to turn it into real stuffing. Let me know if you like my method.
I don't like any of your methods, gang. None of your methods are ones I like.
Mixing the cracker crumbs thoroughly, let it soak up some moisture, and we're pretty much ready to serve. Kinda looks like an infection. I didn't really season it that much because the bacon is super salty and we have the sauces too. Alright, time to show Ryan, see what he thinks.
Looks legit. Just like how my grandmother and I made it. I suspect the comments on one are going to haze you. Yeah, you suspected right, buddy. You definitely suspected right. But the taste should be great. Thanks for trying it, mate. Why do people call us Worcestershire sauce? Worcestershire sauce has like so many different. Wash your sister. Your sister.
He said it's just like his grandma's and thanked me for trying it. What a nice person. Thank you for sharing, Ryan. Now it's time to rate the Delden family legacy from 1 to 10. Sorry for showing emotion. It's a lot better than expected. For some reason I was a little put off by the raw liver earlier, but I don't even taste it. It's mostly just bacon, cracker, and seasonings. While I still prefer cornbread stuffing, this is definitely a good alternative. 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Let's
There's no way they messed this up, right? There's no way they messed this up. Chat, pre-W or L? Pre-W or L? Does he mess this up or not? Pre-W or L, bro?
cleanse the palate a little bit and try out some desserts. This is the no-bake banana cake recipe from Asha's girlfriend's grandma. All we need to do is to mash up some bananas, sour cream, and sugar. There's no measurement, so I'm just gonna improvise with a whole cup of creme fraiche, half a cup of powdered sugar because I feel like it will melt better, and finally 2 bananas.
I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling hopeful.
I don't have clear containers, so I'm just gonna use this glass. As instructed, the bottom will be a layer of salty crackers, and then just pour the cake batter into it. Ideally, it will set overnight and then become like a cake, but I'm having doubts right now, even more when all the crackers started floating up. So this is what it looks like the next day. Seems like it's set. Asha said we need to flip it over, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's just eat it with a spoon. If you guys can't tell, this is not a solid texture. Let's give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10. Obviously, the amount of dairy and sugar in it makes it really good. It's like a really unhealthy but super delicious banana smoothie. Taste-wise, it's definitely a 10 out of 10, but I don't know how to rate it as a cake. Let's ask Asha. So it looks like his version has way more crackers. Maybe that's what holds its shape. Also, he said can't see kiwi, but I don't see kiwi here either. Regardless, it is the best smoothie I've ever had. Let's move on and make a tart. Elaine sent us her aunt's Canadian butter tart. She said they're very Canadian.
This guy pisses me off. Bro, thank you. Thank you. No, like, what? Like, I just don't understand half the things he's like. I honestly don't know if he's even a cook. Like, I'm questioning his cooking skills. Like, I'm questioning his capability to actually cook a genuine meal. I think he needs to like actually cook something that's worth having so he can get his some motion back.
And I took a look at the recipe and realized the main ingredient here is corn syrup. How is a Canadian dessert without maple syrup? Starting with an egg, half a cup of brown sugar, quarter cup of melted butter. I'm just gonna whisk it together so the egg doesn't get cooked.
He's not
half
a
cup
cook.
of corn syrup. Looks like we ran out. Perfect. Now I'm gonna make a Canadian with the rest being maple syrup. A splash of vinegar, I'm using rice wine vinegar, and a splash of dessert.
This looks like it would
Mix
make my
together,
chest
and that's
hurt.
it. I guess if you live in a climate that doesn't grow any fruit for the majority of the year, this would be a pretty handy recipe if you're feeling a tart. I don't have a tart pan, so I'm using these gluten-free pre-made pie shells. A pie is just a big tart, just like how a pizza is just a really big tart. The recipe also called for raisins, aka the evil seeds of Halloween. It's been terrorizing children since 1912. Because of the traumatic memories of Sun-Maid, I'm gonna use golden raisins instead. I'm doing maybe about 20, sprinkled evenly across the bottom. Now we're pouring the filling into the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. It's bubbling up a lot. Still seem really liquidy though.
This looks not good. This is not promising.
This is what it looks like after 10 minutes. Got a lot more solid, but definitely needs more time to chill. The filling's still kind of bubbling, so don't touch it, it'll hurt really bad. Don't ask me how I found out. After 12 hours of resting, we can send it to Elaine. She's impressed by the size and the raisins she sees, but she doesn't know there's like 40 under there. I'm not cutting from the middle today because I'm afraid that it's not going to hold its shape. It was super runny the day before, but now it's all solidified. It's basically just baked sugar, butter, and syrup.
No, he's actually lava pie. Nah, for real. He's so monotone, it's killing me. It's hard to watch. It's like hard to watch. I suspect this video gets 30 views.
Which sounds amazing. So let's give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10. This tart makes me realize that the fundamental truth about dessert lies in sugar, butter, and syrup. Dopamine at its purest form. Forget about the fruits and stuff, it's all for show. Even raisins can taste good covered in all that. This can even be a struggle meal too. Giving it a 9.5. You guys should try this at home.
I'm good.
If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that every time I make flan, it turns out looking like some type of mutated alien feces. So today we're gonna give it another try with this Brazilian strawberry cake recipe from Dot. So the cake batter is similar to that of a typical flan. We got 5 eggs, a key bump of baking powder, 2 cups of sugar, and 1 cup of milk. After we beat everything together with a Ligma fork, we'll prepare some strawberries and cut them into dice. Pour everything into the batter and give it one last mix. And for the clumps of baking powder and sugar floating on top, I'm just pinching them. Sometimes when the Ligma fork is not efficient, I have to take the matter into my own hand.
Why is he mixing with his hand? Why is he mixing with his hand? Yo, mixing food with your hand is nefarious. Chat. No. Mixing with your hand? Bro, come on, bro.
Into the oven for 35 minutes. No temperature provided, so I'm assuming it's 350. Looking a little pre-digested. I feel like flan is usually cooked in a double boiler with the lid covered, but this one is just baking in the wild convection. While it's baking, we'll make the Brazilian brigadeiro. In a pan, we'll combine 3 tablespoons of butter, 7 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and a can of condensed milk. Look how satisfying this is.
No part of this is
We'll turn the heat on low and just stir till the butter's melted and everything's combined. There's some starch in cocoa powder, so it'll thicken it a lot. We wanted to maintain like a sauce texture because we're gonna pour it on the cake. After baking, the cake shrinked a lot. Let's flip it over and top it off with sauce.
He has to be trolling. There's no way he's not. Well, did you put non-stick?
Why is it moving? Just in case you're wondering, this is not a memory foam pillow. This is a Brazilian strawberry cake. If you're from Brazil, let me know in the comments if you're proud of me. Like any good cake, it's always better to be topped with a thick glaze. So here's the finished product. I'm gonna turn it to show you guys the pretty side. Why is it leaking water? I don't think I'm gonna post this on Instagram because I already know you guys gonna get really mean. But I'll send it back to her to see what she thinks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That looks like that looks rough. The chocolate sauce looks good, I can't lie, but everything else.
She also said a lot of nice things later, so thank you. This is actually smelling amazing, and I'm extremely interested in finding out what the texture is gonna be like. Let's give it a taste and rate 1 through 10. Despite its not so pleasing appearance, it tastes really good. A light, fruity cake with bouncy texture, paired with a thick chocolate glaze. I think if I ever manage to learn how to make a proper flan, I'll always have it with Brigadeiro. I'll rate this 8.5. You should try it too. Thank you to everybody who sent me their family recipes. It was a lot, but I did read through all of them. It was really nice to get to know you better through the food you grew up with. I think food is the best way to connect with others. I don't get to see my grandparents anymore, but I preserve their recipes really well. I feel like that's a part of life that I'll always share with them. Family traditions and your grandma's cooking is such an important factor of all of our identities. With the holidays coming up, I hope you get to learn more about your home's cooking and connect deeper with the people that care about you. Alright, thank you.
Wholesome end. Wholesome end. Yo, chat, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I don't know how much more videos we can do of his. You know, if maybe he's just trolling. What if the dude is a 3-star Michelin chef and he's just rage baiting? He very well could be. I'm not gonna lie. He very well could be. I don't really know. I really do think he's trolling. So W video, W reaction. But I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if we can keep doing those home videos, chat.